Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. I finally played Space Marine 2. I've been waiting for this game for years, like ever since I played Space Marine 1. I've been hoping that they would make a sequel, and you know, it's taken over a decade, and it's finally out. And now, this is not a review, just kind of first impressions that I have of the game. The combat feels very satisfying. Of course, gameplay is king. Gameplay is what matters the most in most games, and that was definitely the case in Space Marine 1. The gameplay was very, very satisfying. You felt powerful, it felt gritty, it felt fun. And so far, I haven't played the whole game, but so far the same is true for Space Marine 2. The combat is satisfying, it feels good, you feel powerful, and you feel like the odds are against you, but if you have the skill, you can get through it. Now, it depends a lot on the difficulty level as well. So, just like Space Marine 1, the combat is a blend of melee and ranged, which is really cool. You shoot from a distance. Once they get up close, you're not scared. You have the tools to take on the enemy up close as well. With, you know, the chainsaw, with the sword. Later on, I think you get a hammer. The hammer was really good in Space Marine 1, and you can even like change how they look. You can unlock skins that make the weapons look cooler, which is amazing because they already look good, and you can make them look even better, even more epic. And that word really describes it. Like, everything about this game is epic. You look epic. Your enemies are epic. Everything's like beautiful, or beautiful in like a grimdark, edgy sort of way. It's like scary, it's cool, it's masculine. But yeah, the combat, really good so far. Very like adrenaline fueled sort of experience. Secondly, a lot of us were kind of worried that the lore would be messed up, that there would be like, I don't know, what people call woke sort of influence in it. But so far I haven't seen that. Like, it feels like a game that came out like a decade ago. It feels like a game from my like childhood. No weird sort of kind of political messaging, just, you know, very committed to the lore, the way the things look, the way the story goes, the characters, at least up until the point that I played the first few missions, and the way everything looks, like all those tiny little details that match the lore are very satisfying to see. The various, you know, insignias and symbols and codes of conduct that they have to follow according to the Imperial cult, and very, very cool. So the lore seems very authentic, which, you know, brings the game to life. It brings the world to life, and I'm sure other fans of the 40k universe are definitely gonna appreciate that. Also, the scale of the combat is really good. It's even bigger than Space Marine 1. Like Space Marine 1, sometimes you would have like, you know, like I think like 10 to 20 orcs running after you, and you just got to take them on, and you'd feel like a badass because you'd survive the battle. And same thing here. It's just taken up to like a whole nother level. So far, I've only been fighting Tyranids, and there are moments where you literally see, I think, close to 100 enemies. Now, they might not all attack you instantly, because that would be overwhelming, but you would see them rendered in front of you and ready to attack you, like just like a whole swarm of them. And that's really cool. Like, you almost feel overwhelmed or scared, but then you remember like the tools that you have. You have the tools that will allow your character to survive. But definitely, you know, the scale of enemies adds to the kind of cinematic intensity. Like, you feel like the hero fighting against absolutely overwhelming odds. And again, like I said earlier, the word epic describes it perfectly. Everything about this game screams epic. Epic scale, epic aesthetics, epic storyline. And of course, the character you play as is like the biggest Giga Chad that you can imagine. Like, everything he's been through and survived, it's amazing. And I'm really excited to see the end of this game. Again, I haven't finished it. This isn't a full review, just kind of first impressions, but I'm sure the final conclusion of the game is going to be really good. And a thing that really that kind of caught me off guard, I didn't know this would be the case, but once you beat the first mission, multiplayer modes are unlocked. I think there's 3 different modes. One is to replay missions that you've finished with friends. Another mode, I think it's like some kind of single player thing. I don't know what I forgot. But then the third thing, and this is really what I care about, is there's PvP. And that's really cool. It's basically, you have Space Marines. We have one team of Space Marines fighting another team of Space Marines. But of course the other team, and I don't know, I guess this is randomized, but one of the teams are, regular Space Marines. The other team are Chaos Marines, right? So totally different faction. They've betrayed the Empire, and that's really cool. And they have their own unique looks and like different aesthetic. It's like edgy, satanic, demonic looking, like very grim. And you can customize. There's different classes, and you can customize how each one looks. So you can upgrade special. You can upgrade how your sword looks. You can upgrade how your shield looks. You can upgrade how your base armor looks, your helmet, and that's really cool. You can customize it, and I think all of these skins, you have to unlock them. You can now, which is really good. There's no microtransactions as far as I know. If you want to look cool, you have to play the game, and you have to play the game well. If you win the games, you get more of the digital currency that unlocks the skins. So that's really, really cool. You can look like a complete, total badass. I've looked at some of the skin upgrades you can get, but I think the weapon upgrades are even more exciting, because you can take like that one hammer, which still looks pretty cool, but pretty basic looking, and then there's like rank 2, rank 3, rank 4, and it just gets like progressively more epic. Again, epic. Everything about it is epic and beautiful, and so that's really cool. I'm really glad that they put an effort to have a lot of like skins and upgrades, and also like, thank God, no microtransactions for that stuff, because it really cheapens it when you can unlock all the coolest stuff by just paying real money for it. It just kind of ruins it. But yeah, overall, really, really enjoying this game. I can highly recommend it. I think it's only like, I think it's $60, which is pretty charitable of them, because a lot of games now are costing 65, 70 euros or dollars. And so keeping it at 60 and having this level of quality and no microtransactions, it's crazy. I hope they keep releasing more content. I think they will. I think they'll have some stuff that they'll be releasing, some kind of battle pass for the multiplayer. So that's pretty cool. And I hope they also have maybe an expansion pack that continues the campaign. I hope they make a third game, because I think this one's gonna sell extremely well. I bought it. Like 4 of my friends bought it as well. Everyone's paying for it. Everyone wants to pay for it, right? Because again, it's a good game. There is no weird, political messaging in it trying to mess up the lore. And so, the gamers are happy. If you give them what they want, they'll actually buy your game. But yeah. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you gonna play it? Have you already played it? What do you think about the multiplayer? I assume most of you are going to enjoy the PvP more than the other 2 multiplayer modes, because playing against players is always, I think, is usually more fun. And yeah, gonna end it here, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.